Mm, oh, nasty. Weird noises. Oh, hey, what's up? I never had someone here so early. I'm still cleaning up a little bit. Oh, shaky, shaky, shaky. Shaking the whole table here. Yep. Alright. Brought all my reds, kind of different reds. I'm gonna see if I can't get a gradation of red on this experimental model here. Oh, I gotta adjust my... Don't know why it doesn't just keep. I think it might be because of the software for the camera, actually. Oop. Oh, it's an auto. Huh. I guess that's fine. There we go. I think that's a good one. Yeah, okay. Testing. Woo! Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Alright, that's the perfect lighting. Scarlet red and primary red. Which one is open? Look at this tiny bottle. Oh, hold on. Alright, oh, little tiny bottles. It's like a sample pack. So this is the unopened one, or yeah, unopened one, and this one is the open one. All right. This one is open, and this one is unopened. All right. Can return these two back. Keep it unopened for traveling purposes. Alright. So, and I found my silver, iridescent bright silver metallic color. I'm going to try that on something too. So, don't like the way that yellow turned out on the model. The blue looks pretty good. The black, it's so black. It doesn't show any kind of like what do you call it? Like the blue, different strengths, I guess, strengths of the colors. It's a really strong black. It's a very good black, but a little bit too strong. So I'm wondering if I should paint it gray and then a diluted black over it. That might work. So I'm thinking about trying to paint over this yellow real quick with a darker yellow. Oops. So what I was using was moon yellow. And I'm going to try sun yellow. And see if this will look a little bit better. Or it looks yellow on the top, but it's actually heavy brown. Yeah. Ooh. See if this will make them look a little bit better. Oops, silence. Little clear shields. Alright. Let's see how this yellow looks. I have terrible memory. James, are you the transporter? I doubt I remember correctly. I have really bad memory. But, ooh, man. It does traveling from, is it Missouri to Tennessee? We'll do this. Nope. Okay, alright. Yep, I have bad memory. Sorry. There's been a few people that's come by. All the things I have to remember, and with a terrible memory, it's not great. I do remember some things, just, you know, where it goes or what it does is a bit of a different story. This yellow looks pretty nice. I probably remember the conversation we had, if you happen to remember too. Or are we both with terrible memories here? Now that yellow looks a bit better. It is not as bright, of course. And the model is a bit of a darker color, so a darker yellow would probably be a little bit more appropriate. That actually doesn't look too bad. That actually doesn't look too bad. That actually looks pretty good. Let's do the other guy. Let's see how he looks. He's a little bit more visible than the one kneeling down. I'm gonna need to grab a little bit more of that yellow too. So I'm running low. Go. Oh yeah, that's silver. I think I'm gonna use for the helmet. So I'll say this combination of colors doesn't look too bad. I will say I do have to maybe try a bit of a different black. Maybe I go gray and then dilute black over the gray. It's a bit more steps, but it might look better. So it looks like a black, but kind of faded, perhaps. I'm not sure. There we go. Still kind of wet, but yeah, I'm thinking so maybe. I guess I could kind of paint over this. I don't know if I have a gray though. I do have. I never thought about buying gray, but I did buy a lot of sets, so hopefully I do have a gray. I think I do have like a gray. Oddly enough, this comes out heavy blue gray. Although I don't think that's a gray though. I think I do have another one, maybe, hopefully. Maybe green. Okay. So, you look at this color, right? Even the bottom, it looks green. It's actually pretty accurate in the color in the camera. But when you look at the title, it says heavy gray. Are we sure this is heavy gray? Whoever in Vallejo was adding this color titles, I don't know, he must have been high or drunk. I don't know, I guess we have to kind of test it out and see what happens. Oops. Okay. Well, let's see if this is gray. I need to put a bead in here, or a couple of beads in here. Okay. Whew. All right. So that's the heavy blue-gray. I don't know if it's shaken up well yet. I need one of those things that you kind of plop on and it just vibrates. Let me shake the gray one up a bit more. Man, I wish I had brought my beads so I can put some in these bottles. I don't see where I put them at. It's like I'm straining to poop. Hopefully I don't sling this thing too far. Okay. Hopefully that's good enough. Yeah, this thing still looks green. That looks very green for a gray. Huh. Alright. Try another drop of that. Man, the blue gray looks more gray than the heavy gray. Let's grab. Nope. Okay. That's sticking to the model very well. And let's try the other one soon. Wow, it's really kind of running off it a little bit. Let's try the heavy gray this time, which looks green and it's kind of thick, like super thick. Yeah, how's that heavy gray? It is really applying there very good though, I'll say that. But I don't understand how this is heavy gray. Or dry brush silver. Huh. Huh. Not a bad idea. I haven't done dry brushing techniques, actually. I did buy some dry brush, and I bought, what is it, white. And I was going to spray paint models black and do a dry brush as a highlight and see how that turned out. But I have not gotten a chance yet to do dry brushing. I've tried it a few times, like maybe 3 times a while back. Worked out great, but have never really went full on in it yet. I definitely need to start trying it out because I think it'll have a very nice look in the model. Although I can't I don't know if it'll bypass that though. That's a bit easier, a little bit less paint, easier technique, I will say, in terms of the what I did with my current models. So this right here is supposedly heavy gray, and this is blue gray, which looks kind of see-through a little bit. Let me try on maybe a model that has been spray painted decently well. Let's get the quote-unquote heavy gray here. Doesn't look like heavy gray. Which I don't know, maybe I didn't shake the bottle enough, which could be the case. But my God, my arms kind of are feeling the shakes there. Alright, now let's try the blue gray. On the other leg, that blue gray is looking pretty good. It looks almost just like gray, but there is a tinge of blue kinda on it, it seems. There we go. So yeah, it looks a little bit better there, although That leg, yeah, you can see it. You can kind of see the difference between the white, the white, and then the blue gray, versus the heavy gray. What are the minutes that you are painting? Okay, so hold on, let me brush my brush real quick. So, so this first mini here is I actually have a painted one, kind of. Right here, so kind of a painted one. So it's the same model. So does it look familiar? Especially the helmet, and then the kind of the armor and the stance. It's Helldivers. So I bought this minis as an STL. Hold on, let me turn on my music. So I do 3D printing. Yeah. I also have, hold on, let me, oh no. I also have the grenade launcher there. Then also have the guy with the missile launcher there. I have the SMG and the pistol. So I want to get the one with the shield though, so I can kind of replace these guys with the shield, so I can have a full Helldivers team. I mean, you just need 4, but I love the one with the shield and pistol if possible, or SMG. So yeah, it's a little bit more recognizable because I painted him, so it's not white and it's just like reflecting all the color. And this guy is again, I bought it from Mini Factory, I believe, My Mini Factory. They sell the file, the STL files. Hey, what's up, King One? And I just 3D printed it. This looks kind of terrible because there's something wrong with the spray paint. You can kind of see it like blotchy, and I don't really like that. But I will say the shield on this one, the spray paint, looked like it came out pretty clean. So I guess the other one must have been at the end of its life. So oh, here's another interesting model. You can kind of see it because I did darken it up a bit. And this one, again, I bought it from My Mini Factory and printed it, but it's also kind of a model inside a game called Infinity, which I do play. I try to play. I don't know if you, again, seen this model. Looks pretty cool. I need to figure out the paint for him, which I do have. And I'm trying to figure out... Why is that so out there? Is that supposed to be like that? Or did that screw up in the painting? No, it's supposed to be like that. So, hold on. And also in Infinity, you need things like this, which I created and 3D printed myself. Like this. That's IM-A. It was just immobilize A. It's like a status effect. And they have kind of like silhouette stuff. And what silhouettes are is basically supposed to represent like the size and width of a model. So that's like a silhouette 6 model. So if you have, it's like if you want to see if you have line of sight to something, if you can actually see it, you can replace your model with the silhouette part. And then if you can see the silhouette of it, then you can actually shoot it. Then kind of like targeted. These things are, this is a repeater. Like you place a repeater there, and your hackers can use it to hack. This is camo for camouflage. Like your models can be camouflage, and your enemies can't shoot them until they can discover them. So they're wasting actions to try to discover the model. Then once they discover the model, they can actually then shoot at it. But until they discover it, they can't shoot at the model. And what else? And then you have like Imp 2, which is Impersonation 2. Basically, the model impersonates an ally. So the same thing in this case, where the enemies can't shoot at your impersonated model because they think it's a friendly. And they have to discover whether that's an enemy or not with some negative modifier. So it's pretty cool. This is kind of an indication of SF, which is suppressive fire, meaning that one of your models is just sitting there just throwing a whole bunch of lead down the line and trying to keep the enemies from advancing that area. It's a really interesting game, I will say. It's a bit of a different one from 40K. I need to get the red. Where'd my red go? There it goes. There it goes. Alright. I got to test out some reds here. Because I want to get... This model is pretty much done, even though I should probably correct the stupid wording there and make it a lot better, but nah. We're gonna make it look like a 3-year-old painted courage and honor on this guy's shield. But the cape is not... it's like almost a solid color, so I need to get some... how do I say, gradation, I suppose, of the color. Same thing with probably with that too, and maybe that, because as you can see, like the blue armor, you have that edge highlighting going on, which looks really nice in my opinion. I gotta kind of get that with the red as well. I need to find my balls so I can put them in these things, so they can blend a little bit easier. There we go. There's that red, which is scarlet red. Let's try primary red now. There we go. Okay. Where's that? Here's that model. So that back layer of red is the red that I'm trying to have a little gradation. I don't know what you want to call it, but gradation with. But doing it manually as opposed to actual. Yeah, it's a very bright red. I don't think that's going to work. Let's try the other red now. Try with this one. It's a little bit better. It's a little bit darker for sure. Seems a bit bright, but that could be just undercoating, so let's try the edge here. Maybe it needs to be diluted a little bit. See how that turns out once it's dry. That looks pretty good, but then again, it's wet. Sometimes when they dry, they turn a little bit different. So primary red, it seems to, well, it's better than scarlet red so far. Try to dilute that red a little bit. There we go, flows much better. Okay. I guess I should go ahead and cover up all the ugliness there. Just see if this red is a little bit too bright, or is it just right? Too bright or just right? We'll see. Having a lot of it though makes it kind of stand out a little bit more than if it was just a little bit sparing. So let's let that dry. Let's try do wonder why this is considered heavy gray and it's turning green. Let's see where my other one's at. Heavy blue gray. I think this is the only heavy gray I got. Well, no, I have a heavy warm gray, which I didn't realize I had. Let's see how this looks. Ugh. All right, warm gray. I wonder if I actually do have a gray on in Liquitex color. Let's grab this guy and paint over the black. Actually, this guy, because he has the other grays on him. That mix well. And let's paint. I guess. Wow, that almost looked like peach in color. Let's go ahead and just paint this leg, so we can get a good sample of it. It looks really peach for a warm gray. Yeah, I'll say. There you go. So this leg that's next to my moving thumb is actually a blue gray, but it looks better. So I think it's pretty determined that blue gray is a better gray. I think I do have a gray, but I just didn't bring it in here, so we'll use the blue gray for now. I don't understand how heavy gray can be so green. Okay. Try to revive that color back. Very, very, very wet. Let's see how this looks on this one leg. But actually, let's do the whole black. Anything that's black, let's go ahead and change it, because I do want to see if that's going to be a little bit better looking. Because I need to get my color scheme going, because the tournament that I want to go to, if I can, is on the 20th, I believe, of this month. So I have 13 days to fully paint my Infinity Army, which isn't a lot of models. It's gonna be maybe 14 models max. And with my painting technique, it shouldn't be too hard, but I just need to figure out the color and if the technique will work. Because I'm not sure yet. I mean, this blue I didn't do my technique on, and it actually did it on its own, and it looks really good. I like it. But it's just what color goes with the blue. Let's add some more warm gray. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and clean that gray out from... No, never mind. Alright, add more warm gray, or heavy blue gray. I don't know, gray looks a little bit weird too, but we'll see what happens when we add a bit of black to it, a diluted black. Again, once it dries, we'll do that. See how it looks. As a matter of fact, we can try it on that shin guard that we just painted this gray to see how it looks as soon as we're done with this. I will use my technique on it and hopefully it will work, although I would say I hate the fact that I'm having to paint it twice though. I'm more of a one paint type of person. Keep it simple and easy. But, you know, only painting 12 models isn't a lot, so I shouldn't complain. Instead of like 40k where there's, I don't know, like a couple of hundred models that you have to paint, especially if you're going multiple armies. Okay. I've got to paint that other leg. Did I paint the whole leg? I guess I did. Okay. Alright. And this paint is drying up pretty quickly, so it's getting really kind of thick. So I definitely got to keep it diluted. And I should always do that. Yeah, because that's really, really thick. Okay. Let's let him dry. And let's go ahead and get the black prep. Try to paint that gray shin and see if the dilution technique works. Do 2 drops and about a drop of this. Yeah, one drop will be good. Will be good. Okay, let's go ahead and mix it. Is that enough? I might need to put another drop of flow aid here. I need it to be really diluted. I think maybe 2 drops might do it. Here we go. Okay. Alright. Oh, let's look at the cape real quick. It sticks out a bit, so I might have to darken it up a bit. You can definitely tell it's painted on there, but that might not be helped. This guy, yeah, that warm gray is peach. Let's see what happens if we paint a... Wow, that actually might look really good. So that black right on that leg looks pretty good. It looks kind of faded a little bit. Add a little bit more. But at least there's detail there, whereas as opposed to being just super black. This way. You can kind of see some of the detail, so let's let that dry. That might be the way to go. And these guys, the yellow doesn't look too bad. It stands out, but I kind of like it. Very, very, very bright yellow. I mean, it's not bright as the other yellow, but still. With the blue and the gray, and then I might have to dilute the yellow somehow. I don't know what I could do with it. Would it be red and then a diluted yellow, or... I'm not sure. So, primary red. Yeah, it looks pretty nice, but it's kind of, I guess you could say it's kind of thick, where, you know, it's hard to see the details on it, or I guess shadings of details, kind of like the blue, where you see some areas are darker and lighter. Like, I didn't even thin the blue just came out that way, and it's actually really nice. Kind of see like the wrinkles kind of the clothing and stuff. That's how the paint went. But the yellow is just kind of it's kind of like just one color. So I don't know if I do red maybe and then yellow over it, or maybe red over the yellow. I don't know. They'll cover up the yellow a bit too much. So what I was gonna do is like the black. Yeah, it kind of became all black there pretty much actually. But on that back leg right here, looks a little bit better than just if you were pure black. But still, maybe I need to add a little bit of black. Hopefully this is dry. We'll go back to the black. Maybe just a little bit of black, like really thin, really thin black maybe, like so. Or is that black just really overpowering? Let's see how this looks. Really thin black here. Oh, I guess the gray there is still a little bit wet. Whoops. So let's skip that for right now. Too much black here, but hopefully I'll spread it out well. Okay, let's let that dry for a little bit. That that gray black combination looks a lot better than just the pure black, because the pure black is just, it's so strong of a color. But I think even then, even with the dilution and that gray, it's still pretty strong. I wonder, let me try another model, just one base coated white. Hopefully this dilution of black will be perfect mixture. So let's do there we go. Maybe that's the way to go. So, oops. So you can kind of see the details there where the black's receding into the color. So it's kind of the technique that I use with my Marines and my Tau, where I just dilute the color a lot. And then just try to keep it in its place so that it doesn't just leak all over the place. Although clearly I didn't quite get the underside of this spray painted really well. Okay, let's let that dry too. Whew. Okay. Make sure paint hasn't gotten into my drink after I drank it. So, blue, red, and black didn't really go so well. That red is so thick. Maybe if I dilute it again. So I think really the way to go is just to dilute it a lot. I guess kind of quote unquote my technique seems to just work out really, really well. So, I don't know, it's nearly dry. It looks much better in the camera than it does in an actual person. So it looks good on camera, but when you look at it in person, it's not quite as good. And let's see what the gray and black looks like now. It's not bad. It's better, but I don't think it's all that great per se. I'll say that blue though is just astounding. Alright, next thing to test out is the silver color. Oof. Whoa! Looks like I just took a crap there. I guess I didn't squeeze out the stuff inside the little squirt bottle part. Alright, let's get this guy. And let's paint that helmet. Ooh, wow, that's not great. Let's try to mix it and hopefully it comes back to life. A little much, but just wish it wasn't sparkly gold, sparkly silver though. Maybe that's a bit a bit much for maybe like dark colors with the silver, maybe not a good combination. Let's also let that dry. And let's grab the one model that it's going to paint silver. Alright. So I was going to paint this also like a silver color. Paint their body silver. Because when I bought this models, It kind of had like a metallic color to it. It's hard to describe. Or porcelain, uh, cream porcelain color to it. Oops. Oh well. Let me clean that up. It was really nice looking. It reminds me a little bit of the movie Ghost in the Shell at the very beginning, where you had those robots servers. I think this is what it is kind of based out of, and it's really cool. I like the look of it. Okay. I don't know if they have hair though. Should look at the pictures. Time to paint the butt. I'll say it looks pretty nice. I wonder if I'll keep it this way. Or maybe try to find like a porcelain style, or boobs now. A porcelain style paint. Maybe like cream and then put perhaps a gloss varnish. That might work too. I'll say this doesn't turn out too bad though. Wow, that looks that actually looks really nice. You can see literally on the face and legs there, and the butt. Oh, that looks like a little bit too much paint there. I think they have hair, so I want to leave that open. Yeah. Can't really see the face though. Oh, actually, you can kind of see the face there. So we'll say that silver doesn't look good on them. Just so much dark colored and a really shiny silver. Okay. Now that the cape, that is fully dry, it looks actually, again, it looks so much better in the camera, but it doesn't look too bad. The issue, it just kind of looks transparent a bit. So it looks like it's almost like just shining right through it. But it might be a risk I have to take. Actually, if I do that, that would mean that I can't. I don't think I can do this. Yep, I can't really do that. So that means I can't just paint the whole model a blue and then go over the fine details, because I can't do this diluted black, because it's gonna look like black over the blue, as opposed to this one where it's black over white. It looks a bit better in this one. Let's see what happens if I put a second coat to it. Actually, let's see what happens there. Kind of a thin coat though. So to darken it up a little bit so that it doesn't look like that it's like a clear or white background, but more of a worn black as opposed to a clear black. Just let that dry. Okay. Alright, while those dry, I'm going to go ahead and try to do the cape. Oops, put a little bit too much. Primary red. Let's go ahead and dilute it. Got 2 drops. That looks a bit thick. Maybe we add a drop of the original red. That might be a bit much. Hopefully not. So we can kind of darken it up a little bit so it's not too obvious. Still looks pretty light. And be not so generous with it so it doesn't look too obvious again. And let me put on a good music while I get that last bit. Let's see. Where's a good one? Oh man, I got rid of some of the music I enjoy on this list. Huh. Oh, there it is. Okay. Alright, let's try to finish these guys up. It is quite a lot of to be very careful. Steady hands if ever possible. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm sure I'm mostly focused on what I can see at the moment. Making this thin, it kind of is barely visible, but it actually, you can kind of see it if you look. It looks pretty good, actually. Not bad. I impressed myself. I didn't know it's this decent. Just add a little bit more, just to make it pop a little bit more, so it's not so subtle. Make it a little bit bigger because it is kind of subtle, so I can make it bigger and hopefully not make it too obvious. I don't know how to do this part. Maybe I guess just kind of go nuts with it a little bit. I don't know. Let's just do that. I forgot there's a front to this model with the cloth stuff. Well, good thing I turned it around. Alright, there we go. Not bad, actually. You really can't see it on there. It's kind of subtle. It is there, and it can be seen, but it looks like it needs to be seen in person because it is really subtle. Let me try to make it a little bit bigger. Hopefully I don't screw it up. Okay, let's let that dry. I'm going to start on the other model. So I can see I can put a lot on the model and it not really stick out like the other one. So I can be quite liberal with it and it'll pop hopefully just enough. Whew. I think mixing in that darker red really made it a lot easier, or subtler, and doesn't make it pop out too much, but I can adjust the popping of it by just adding more. I just keep adding more and more layers to kind of brighten it up a bit. I've been waiting for these things to dry and I'm already painting a second layer on it. Not good painting technique. Okay, let's do the front. Then I guess just kind of go crazy over here. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. Just go nuts. Alright, about to see the final results of this. Alright, let's look at the other one. Whew. Alright, let's look at that cape. Let's see if it can be seen in the camera. You can kind of see it. Let me see if I turn it, if I make the camera a little bit brighter. Let's see, controls here. Let's try that. Let's see. You can kind of see it actually. It's very subtle. It looks, honestly, in person, it looks pretty good. It's subtle. Kind of like that. I like that I can do that. I impress myself. It's very rare. Not because I think I am very impressive, but it's in fact impressive that I can impress myself because I did something impressive. Yeah, nothing really, can't really see in the front. It's very subtle in the front just because it's such little room to work with. But the back though, yeah, I can't really see it. Let's see if I darken it up. I don't know. Ooh. Let's see about that. Can you see it? You can kind of see it right there. Too dark. Yeah, you can kind of see it. It's very subtle. I'm gonna turn it back up. Let's make sure that it's in the right, okay. It does. The camera doesn't quite pick up on it so well. Just because of how subtle it is. You can kind of see it like an erased edges and stuff. You see like a lighter red. It looks so much better in person because you can really see it. But again, subtle. So, about actually, Unearned Courage. I might have to paint over that and try to be professional. I guess I could paint over it now. And then next time, try to do a better job at, oh, is this not open? Nope. Shoot, grab an unopened bottle. That's okay. What color did I use? This one. Excuse me. So, I am officially done with them in the sense of painting, but not the basing, which is something I need to start doing. I kind of know what I want to do with the basing, make it kind of simple and just do snow. It's like using whiteout. Go easy? What do you mean by that? Should try to find a fine detail marker, which I had some, but I painted that on. I think I did a decent job, but still, I could do better. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if I could do better. Okay, those are prep for next time to be to be written on. if I can paint draw them. I guess I will. What I'll do, I'll go ahead and paint this model since this is not the good. I guess I'll paint this model because it's not the good base anyway, and test paint that model and see if the colors are gonna work. I just gotta find a good yellow though. Yellow doesn't look too bad. Yellow doesn't look too bad, but it's just, I don't know. So let's grab that blue. Hopefully I don't pour too much. And we'll grab the fine detail brush. And see how well this blue goes on this model. Just kind of paint the whole thing because I don't know what parts are going to be what color, but majority it's going to be this color. So that's the trick. Just paint it all one color and then figure it out after the fact. I missed some spray paint areas here for sure, because that's clear and not white. Oops, what do you think of the... What do I think of the what now? The Forge World not the Mantra, the oh shoot, The Manta, yeah, the Manta. I don't know. I've never really looked at Forge World just because it's so expensive. Although, is that like the largest model that Forge World has for Tau? I think is that I think the points cost for that one is like 2,100 points, so you can't even play it in like a 2,000 point army. Oh, most expensive. Wow. I don't know. I never looked at his stats just because I know I was never going to own one, so why tease myself? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I never really looked at it. I did see a YouTuber do a diorama of it where it had like it crash landed and it stayed there for a long time. So it's like grass and stuff painted around it, grew around it. And I think it could hold like four hammerheads and quite a few infantry in it. About 200 Jeez. I don't think I have that many firewares either. 8 battle suits. Sixteen wounded. I think it's better than a Reaver, but I'm not sure. Reaver, like the Reaver Titan? The damage seems better. Yeah, I never had the luxury of seeing like those things. Can't remember if someone proxied one or not. I heard the damage output was pretty good, but you know, again, crazy expensive to have to play over 2,000 points because it's 2,100 points, obviously. And then for the greater good kind of sucks for it because you know if you split fire, which you kind of have to do with that thing, you get a massive negative bonus. So obviously you can't for the greater good for it, unless you really, really want to kill one thing. Okay, he is fully painted for the most part. I'm wondering if I have another model I can paint real quick. I guess I do. I will try diluting this thing. Let's see if this dilution will work with this model. Let's see how the dilution works. Whoa. A little bubbly. My friend and I, the one with the 52 termies, have been talking about getting a Reaver or Warhound to share. Ooh, man. No problem. I think I actually have someone that does have the Warhound Titan. I don't know if it's a legit version or not, though. And we played it in a crusade game. I wanted to attack it. Like, in order to fight it, you have to go fight a city. And then if you win and beat it, then you take over the city, but you don't take over the Titan, obviously. So I should be painting on the camera, you know, with the camera. Starting to run out of color here. So this kind of interesting turns out in this color when I really dilute it. It does a nice coverage. It is a very much a lighter color. Just ran out of paint too. I got everything, almost everything. Well, not a lot of great details are shown. Ooh, that's like really bubbly. Why is it so bright? Maybe I took it a little too bright on that color. Let's bring down the brightness a bit. There we go. Well, it actually looks darker than the actual in real life. It looks more light blue. That looks more darker blue. So diluting it didn't really do what I'd like. So yeah, so very much like a more of a baby blue, but on the screen it looks like blue. Regular blue. Let's see what the other one looks like on the screen. Alright. The other one, well, not diluted at all, it's color accurate. Well, it's not quite. It looks a bit better. Splotchy color, for sure. I'd have to make sure that I get everything the first time around. I can see little spots where it's not quite as dark blue because there's an indent there. Painting it twice would make it even darker, so I'm not too sure about this blue on the tags on big models. Even though it's a lot of detail, it's a bit much maybe compared to, say, like a model like this where that blue looks really good. Even though it's a darker blue. I mean, it's the same blue, really. It's just, it looks better on a smaller model. Not sure. Confused. Let's see if you can see the... I can't really still see the back of that. Ooh. Nope, let's see what the silver looks like. silver looks pretty good. Although it's not like that porcelain look that that they show whenever you buy this model. Silver butt. Definitely want to get the perhaps a very cream white and do gloss varnish, and it might have that porcelain style look. Even though I know porcelain's white, but it might be a bit much. Not sure. Alright, it's a lot of discoveries today. The silver helmet looks really out of place with the dark colors. The yellow looks okay. I'm not sure. I think the red might be too dark. Maybe if I go a lighter red. Oh, Beanlord, if you get a Reaver Titan, good luck with the assembly, by the way. It's, I don't remember if those things come with instructions or not. I think they do. At least I hope they do. Paid so much money for it. Or at least watch some YouTube videos on like how to assemble that Joker. Because it's pretty massive. Well, it's pretty big, not massive per se. I think the again, that channel that I watch, I think they did Imperial Knight. I can't remember. They did a little project where they went from like a tiny cheap miniature and they traded up until they got like the Imperial class Knight or something like that. I forgot what it's called. It's kind of crazy. I wonder if this brighter red will look better than, say, the darker red. Let's try that one. Let's try the brighter red. Let's see if that works a little bit better with the darker colors. Do scarlet red. Man, doing a lot of testing today. Let's see. I guess we go with this one. Yes. Let's go ahead and paint over the. Wow, that looks. I don't know how that red. that red looks so light. Oh, let me paint this. Whew, this red looks so light. It's not right. I don't think so. Even with a dark undercoat to this, it still just doesn't look right. It looks darker on screen. It's quite a bit brighter and in person. Let me try just primary red without the mix of it. Oops. Put too much again. Let's do it on this model again. What should we paint? I guess his boots. Now this red might look a lot better. think that other red was just way too dark of a color, and this one's a bit brighter, but still dark enough. Looks like I'm spending way past my bedtime. Okay, this red is a little bit comical actually. It looks almost like an Iron Man red. It's perhaps the mixture red looks a little bit better. It's a little bit brighter, not as dark as the original dark red. That might be the way to go. Still a bit lost on how to paint my army on Infinity. I like the yellow though, I'll say that. It kind of stands out. Well, anyways, I'm going to pause it right here, guys. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.